What's good, everybody? Welcome back to our channel.
My name is Mulo and this here is Ntokozo and she's beautiful.
Thank you, babe. Guys, it's official. Welcome to our baby series. And boom! Okay.
There's too much energy on this side, but it's alright. I'm gonna feed off of it.
There's a lot, guys. I'm so excited about our baby series. This is officially our first episode. I'm so excited because this has been in the works for a very long time. But like we said, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you like our videos. And if you want to know when a new video drops, please make sure that you hit that notification bell. Bing, bing.
As she said, this being our first in the baby series, we decided to dial it back and think back to how we even got here in the first place.
Yeah, so I was like, I think the most pertinent question, right, was when did we know that we were ready to be parents?
Well, so we met way back in 2013.
Yeah.
And then we only started dating end of 2014.
Yeah.
And even then, like, I think you were in your early to mid 20s and I was in my mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And we were not thinking about kids at that point in time when we started dating.
Exactly.
In 2014.
Like, just generally in life, like, I was not ready, and I knew for a fact that I wasn't gonna have a kid if I wasn't ready. I think, you know, in a relationship, firstly, you have to find out who you are, right? Personally. So you go on your own personal journey, like, okay, this is who I am. Then you get into a relationship. Now you have to learn a whole new person.
True.
Altogether. And then he also has to learn me, you know what I mean? And that could
Some
take...
of us were a little further in knowing ourselves. But shame, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Like, literally, we had an age gap, which meant that, like, I went through certain things before you went through them.
And I feel like such a late bloomer in life.
No, not even.
I know.
It's legit.
I know, but what I did like though was the fact that you knew. You know what I mean? You were aware of the age difference. So even when I was doing certain things, you weren't necessarily like all judgmental and always getting angry at me.
I was in the beginning. I was. But someone sat me down and was like, you decided to fall in love with someone, then that means that you need to learn them and give them time to learn themselves.
Yeah.
And was like, yes, there is an age difference between us, but I must be willing to understand the person that I've chosen to be with as much as I want that person to understand me.
Yeah, and you came to that realization, or someone brought you to that realization much quicker than me, you know what I mean? So I didn't even see the points where you were even struggling with it, if at any point. What I saw was someone who was just willing to take everything that I came with. And listen, like, I am not an easy pie to eat. That is a hilarious saying. That does not even exist.
I mean, you might have just come up with some. You see why I love her? Because she's so smart and she comes up with stuff that makes me laugh. Anyway, so it took us about three years to really start thinking about kids, being like, that could be something that we should start thinking about.
Yeah. And I like the progression in how it happened, you know. We allowed ourselves to figure ourselves out in the relationship and then gave ourselves time to learn the other person, you know. And obviously that has its ups and downs. Like, listen, there's no perfect relationship, you know what I mean? And we're not even trying to paint a perfect picture. But like I said, if you have someone who's always willing to fight for the relationship and not fight you, and that's something you taught me, because sometimes I can be a little feisty, you know, and so you taught me how to fight for the relationship, and this was a good relationship, you know. So this was something we wanted to work on, and the point was always to build and to grow. So at every stage of our relationship, we were building something and we were growing towards something.
I think around year 3, like this is maybe 2017, at year 3, things started being really serious between us.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, now this is a serious relationship. And the relationships with other people that were in our lives started being more serious. People started growing up. People started having kids around us. And
you look around and you're living in a whole crash.
That's true. And I think that brought that into our way of thinking, that wait a minute, there's something that we haven't thought about, which is kids.
Yeah, and it just happened so naturally. You know, we didn't force it, we didn't rush it, but we talked about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was for months, guys, like no joke. We talked about it for months because there's so much to consider, you know. You can never fully be ready, but you just need to make sure that the foundation is at least there. Do you have the right foundation to bring a child?
Think about it, right? We started thinking about kids in our third year of our relationship. It took us 2 years to actually do something about it.
I thought it was 2 months.
No, it took us 2 years to be like, okay, sharp, let's do this.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder, like, what kind of conversations do you have? What questions do you ask yourself? Basically what it is, right? Because I believe it's different for everyone. The most important one, like I said earlier, you need to find out whether you have the right foundation.
Yeah.
To bring a child into the world.
Are we for keeps or?
Yeah, like, exactly. And you have to be really, really honest with each other. Like, I think the most important thing is allow the other person to tell you honestly and without any fear, you know, of judgment. If basi ready, you also have to accept the fact that your partner might not be ready for that step in their life, you know what I mean? And it's okay, and it's better if they're honest than for them to like have a kid with you and then ghost, you know what I mean? Because they're so scared of this new chapter. For us, the most important thing was considering our family.
Yeah.
And this for us was probably like point number one. You know, our grandparents, you know, your mom. So these are people that would be like immediately involved in Rasima's life. And obviously like our parents and our grandparents, they age, they grow older. So I know that I wanted to have a baby while my granddad was still alive.
Yeah. Which is something I also put you on to.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really important to have the important people that have shaped your life to be in the life of the new life that we're trying to create.
True story.
So my other big point or big thought in those 2 years was, okay, what are we building this relationship for? Like, why are we fighting?
True.
What are we holding on to? What's the point of this?
Why are
what
we
is the
doing
point
this?
of life?
Why are you working so hard?
Yeah, so
what are you working towards? Where are we going? Are we here? Are we there? Are we everywhere?
So I think in those 2 years, while we figured that out, we had to weigh up all the different options in terms of finances, in terms of the kind of future we want for the little one.
That's
if this is for keeps.
True story.
If other people in our space are people that we want to expose our child to.
Yeah.
So there were so many things to weigh up in that 2 years, and I'm so glad and happy that we had a family structure of people who were parents already, like in our age group.
Yep.
So we used to hang out with friends of mine that have kids, friends of yours that have kids, and we'd be like, oh.
And obviously my siblings, like everybody.
Oh, this kid thing is Panaso. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's true.
I think one of my best friends who I met at Groove, and we've been grooving for the past 10 years, he's like literally the one person I'm like, this guy is the guy we groove. He had a kid and started spending time with his kid and me at the same time. And I saw him change nappies, I saw him take care of the kid, feed the kid, and I was like, huh? If this dude can do it, sign me up. I tell him that all the time. And like every Father's Day, I send him a text like, hey, buddy, look at you changing nappies. Even me.
That's funny, babe. Yo, for me, how did I you know what? Honestly speaking, I love babies. Okay, I am obsessed with little humans. I don't even think you guys understand. It's obsession. So
didn't you want to be a teacher at some point?
I did. I wanted to be a teacher, and like for kids who are the oldest I wanted to teach was grade 1. I wanted to be around babies literally my whole day. That's how much I love tiny humans. But surprisingly, even though that was the case, I was like, you know, when school's out, I'd be like, peace, let me go back to my life, my bachelorette life. Like, ooh, there you go. Ooh, Nala is crying. There you go.
Dirty nappy.
There you go. You know what I mean? Ooh, he grumpy. There you go. But then something, like, there was just a shift in my mind, and I think that also comes with age. You know what I mean? And I don't know how it hits different people, but I know for me it came with age, because even though I wasn't cognizant of where I was age-wise, I could feel myself growing in and out of certain things in my life. You know, I was growing out of partying. I was like, this thing is gonna be there forever.
Are you sure?
No, yeah. Guys, like, yo, listen, I love hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I love going out with you. You are like my favorite going out person. You know, and I love going out with my friends, you know, but I'm not like a big social human, you know, and you know how I am in social spaces, you know, yeah, anyway, that's
another story for
another story for another day. It's socially awkward, but you know, you do it enough times, you're like, okay, I get it, you know, this thing is always going to be there, party is always going to be there, social spaces are always going to be there. What more do I want in my life? You know, I have this person whom I love and who loves me wholeheartedly, and I feel it and I'm reminded of it every single day, you know. So our relationship grew in that extension of our love came through Sima. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we had exhausted every other way
of
that
loving
we
each
knew.
other.
Yeah, that we knew at that point, you know, about to love each other.
Have not exhausted the ways I can love thee.
Yeah,
Let me count the ways I can love thee.
Kosia.
I can love thee.
Boza.
I can love thee.
Hallelujah.
On Monday.
Ishu.
Until Sunday.
Ishu. The end. No,
that's it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, love, the way you show your love will never end. When I really, you more than me, honestly. You more than me. So yeah, basically, you know, like, I think in essence, to just kind of bring it all together, having a baby for us was always going to be the next step, you know, after knowing each other, after growing with each other, you know, after the things that we wanted to do while we were still young, while we still had our time, while time was still ours.
Yeah.
You know, nobody ever owns time, but while the time was still on our side and was still our own,
we did a lot.
We did a lot. You know, we were like,
we did not miss a thing.
We did everything. I mean, you put me on to so many things. I did not know that I was still living back in 1990.
There's nothing about not being parents that I'm going to miss. I did all of it.
So that's it for episode numero uno. Okay, we're gonna come back again with episode 2, and he knows what we're talking about.
We're going to be talking about those long 9 months of the actual pregnancy. So if you want to find out from the lady side and from the guy side about the whole pregnancy vibe, tune into our next video next week.
It's going to be very interesting. But guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Please don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to be a part of the notification gang, and hit us with a comment. Let us know if you guys are on a journey to having kids, or if you have any kids, let us know what that was like for you and what your experience was throughout all of that. But you know, for me, Ntokozo and my beautiful fiance, Mulo, Shilangone.
You're lucky I love you.
Oh, my handsome prince. We love you guys.